right here in Cleveland Heights. When my mom and dad met, they got married at this church. You could say it was the first mixed religious family that I was ever exposed to when I was born. When I attended High Street Christian Church, I was very active in the community. Nobody would ever figure that out. I was part of the youth group. I was a youth group leader. I played handball choir. I was a counselor at the church camp. I attended church camp. I couldn't wait to get the chance to be part of playing Judas in the traveling Godspell program that we did for a year and a half. I also participated in their church religious rituals and faith-based plans and events. When I went to college, I didn't actively search out my religion on Sundays. I can say it was college and there was other spiritual things to do. Sleeping in, football, golf, softball, and dating. I met my best friend, Debbie. Debbie didn't grow up in a religious house of worship either. But when we got married, she was very comfortable with the minister I grew up, Reverend Harry E. Smith, to officiate our wedding at a neutral religious house of worship. We got married at Garfield Memorial Church over in Pepper Pike. It was a hot Saturday in August in a church that didn't have air conditioning. Sounds familiar? We were young parents that lived in Shaker Heights. My father expressed his opinion that we should find a house of worship for our family. We were introduced to the Unitarian Universalist religion by our good neighbors, Sue and Vern Sackman. He's here today. We attended the church service in the spring of 1989, and we have attended Shaker U ever since then. We grew fond of the music, the religious education, and all of the friends those 30-some years. As I age, my belief has changed. When I was a child, then a youth, then a young adult. When I was young, I was introduced to traditions and rituals that carried into my young adult years and still going on today. My belief as a young person was a higher person or a voice from a burning bush. Later changed to the finger of God. Since then, my belief has changed to universal thinking and acceptance. I can say that the sacred being is everywhere and is compassionate and caring. I still rely on some traditions. At the same time, I embrace the science as the key to a deeper spirituality and a deeper fascination of life. I do not fear death or dying. I'm not saying I'm immortal. I'm a humanist. I believe that I have prepared my family, Debbie, Michael, and Brittany, for my passing. I know they remember me who I was. Best friend, dad, funny, not Superman, helper, loving, caring, and not selfish. There were others who preceded me with a legacy. I don't have a legacy. I believe in making family feel loved. I have placed my others' needs in front of myself. At one time, my headstone would have read, "Here lies Kenneth E. Keene, January 17th, 1961. He never said no." The thought of placing myself in a box in the ground has changed. I wish to be cremated as being part of the universe. I have shared with others and family that part of my wish is to have my ashes spread across the Ohio State football field. I believe that there is a soulful purpose for traditions and rituals. There are positive values that are gained from rituals that have played in my life. Being our annual family reunion in the summer, gathering at the Thanksgiving table, or the four of us watching Hook on Christmas Eve, no matter where we are, if we were in Cabo or a virtual broadcast in 2020. Traditions support family values, as well as personal values, like compassion, kindness, unity, sharing, patience, and love. It centers families and friends together all the time. It's a spiritual practice and more than a ritual for me on Saturdays. Game day for Ohio State. You'll find me wearing scarlet and gray, Buckeyes in my right front pocket. And who's to judge me for that practice? If it has a meaning for me and a purpose for me, then so be it. In our religious faith, we try not to pass judgment on others and their beliefs and ideas. It centers yourself and ourselves in the universe. In going forward, this adult credo class has opened my ears as we shared stories among ourselves about our family, faith, and beliefs, as well as my eyes as I continue to be. That is, the person who tries to make people laugh, help others first, find some form of humor even during stressful time, try to reduce my own stress, and not making a big deal out of the little things. And stop rolling my eyes, Debbie. As a work colleague keeps telling me during the week or weeks, he says, don't sweat it. We're not here to solve cancer. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. It's been a really great opportunity for me to hear more about the diverse beliefs of this community as I'm hearing some of these credos, and I look forward to hearing more as we go. But as you've learned over this summer series, we can have diverse beliefs about the divine and still be in community with one another. And as I read a few words by Unitarian Universalist minister Lynn Cox, I invite you to place that sense of the divine outside of yourself, within yourself, wherever it makes sense for you to place it, with the words of reverence that she includes here. Spirit of life, ever adapting and renewing, we come together this morning with yearnings that do not match. We yearn for stability, for even one moment of feeling like we know what is going on, for the ability to predict and prepare for what is coming next. Yet we also yearn for change. We ache for a world that turns aside from racism, violence, dehumanization, and disregard for suffering. We pray for a change in the illness, grief, isolation, incarceration, and vulnerability of our loved ones. We reach for connections that will remind us that we are worthy as we are. And we reach for connections that will help us to become our best selves. May we reside in the heart of both and. May we be cradled in the mystery. Cherish us in the eternal presence of love and encourage us on the path of growth and development. As individuals and as a people, may we become who we are called to be. May we discover pathways to deeper wisdom through reconciliation, self-respect, and mutual respect, compassion, owning and making amends for our mistakes. Source of wonder, move us to express and live in gratitude for the beauty of this world, the loving people in our lives, and this day of possibility. To this, we add the meditations of our hearts as we enter into a time of silence.
Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you